What's up, YouTube? As you can see, Sully and I are here washing this motor, getting it ready. We just got it back from the engine machinist. Everything's done. Got a few bits of footage we'll show you where we got it to this point, but we're ready to start washing this thing down, and then we'll oil it up. What are we using to wash it, Sully?
What's up, guys? So we got this high-performance engine cleaner called Sunlight. You can buy it at your local engine shop.
Ooh, it's going to be citrusy.
Highly recommend it. A little bit of hot water in a bucket, and wah! Let's do it.
Sweet. Hey YouTubers, okay guys, I have a treat today. We're gonna go down to a local machine shop called Nova Automotive, where we're gonna pick up our 5.3 liter block that we dropped off a while ago to have rebuilt. And they're gonna show us around, show us a little bit of the exercises they go through to take a block from dropped off from a customer to ready to pick up. And so I'm really super excited about that and super excited to get it home and start the build. So I don't know if you noticed, I said 5.3 liter. If you've been following this build series on Project Phoenix, you may remember that we thought we had a 5.3 liter engine due to some misinformation provided by the prior owner. As we got into it, we found we had a 4.8 liter engine, and that in fact that engine was relatively garbage. So we dropped it off to have some machine work done to it. We decided we would stick with a 4.8 liter turbo build. And as we went through that and started looking at options for rods and pistons, we found that there were more options really for a 5.3 liter to get into the compression ratio that we wanted for this build. So we decided to go with a 5.3. Now Nova has numbers of blocks, I guess, or blocks sitting on the shelf ready for machine work. So we ended up trading our 4.8 to them for a 5.3 liter that was ready to go, and we started working on that with them. So today we'll be machining the 5.3 liter to match the pistons and rods we ordered in. We'll be balancing the crank to those new pistons, and then we'll be bringing it all home to start the assembly.
Alright guys, Nova offers an a la carte list of services. We started first with a good cleanup. Here you can see a whole bunch of blocks ready for machining, and ooh, our fancy new pistons. Next up is typically going to be boring in fancy red machine here. This process takes considerable time depending on what you're doing. We had ours bored out to 20 over for the new pistons, so multiple passes were done. You can see here the first pass was without what's called torque plates, and pretty soon we'll be adding those torque plates to do the final work, and you can see that they're essentially like a set of heads with holes in them. Nova's been in business for a really long time. They offer all kinds of different services. I'll try to explain that a little later in the video, but as you can see, I'm in a room full of machines for everything from normal automotive to hot rods to marine and even industrial machining. There's tons of stuff here. Be sure they have your engine needs covered. So next you can see a temporary head gasket going on, along with what's called a torque plate, essentially a plate with a bunch of holes in it meant to simulate the torquing force of having an actual head bolted to the block. This is required when you're taking a bunch of meat out in order to make sure everything is true and straight. Well, as my friend here says, this is a boring job. So let's move on to some other parts of the video. Okay, so after this side was finished, the other side had the same treatment. It's essentially a rinse and repeat process. Next, the block was line bored, and it had new camshaft bearings pressed in. We also had the crankshaft balanced with the new rods and pistons, and this 5.3 is ready to come home with us. A big shout out to the men and women working at Nova. They treated us fantastically, and we can't wait to put this thing together.
Okay guys, we have a bucket of really hot soapy water here. You don't want to use cold water for this because it won't take all the grease off. You know, they say they clean these from the engine machinist folks, and they do, but there's still tons of stuff on them. And you know, as we mentioned earlier, we did go through all the bolt holes and tap them. Every single one of them. It's a little bit time consuming, but lots of junk came out of them, and that's worth that. So check that piece of footage out right here now. All right, folks, you can see that Jay here is just getting this block ready to wash. So he's got to run taps down through all the bolts. While he's doing that, I'm running around organizing parts for our build. But yeah, Jay, why are you running the tap down in that?
Just basically, the motor just came back from the machine shop. It's been a line board for both crank and cams, new cam bearings put in. It did get punched out a little bit, I think. I think they're oversized a bit, are they not?
They are.
For the piston. So anywhere at little tiny shavings, this is where they're going to get caught. And these little tiny holes that are threaded and they're blind holes, you never get it out. So you run a tap through everything just to make sure the threads are good. Then we're going to blow it all out with compressed air. Then we're going to hit it with warm soapy water and pressure wash it all out. And then we're going to oil everything so it doesn't flash rust.
Sweet.
Then we're going to clean it and paint it, assemble it, and all that fun stuff.
Nice.
So next up, like we're using the Dawn dish soap and water. Sully's going through some of the little orifices. I got a bigger one here, and I'm just going to go down through the bores. Might seem counterintuitive using soap and water in an engine, but don't worry, we're going to get all that out. We'll show you that when we get to it.
Everybody likes a good clean bore.
Everybody does. I think they actually do sell a kit for this. It's called an engine cleaning kit or a bore cleaning kit.
They definitely do.
I couldn't find one here locally, so wheel cleaning kit, which has a little rubber thing on the end of it, so it keeps the metal from scratching the board. Like I said, just lots of hot flip. Lots of smoke. You got to make sure you do all the surfaces. So all your bores, your lifter bores, which is what Sully's doing. The passages, the oil passages. We have some longer brushes to go in for those.
The thing is that we're putting a lot of money. Well, anybody rebuilding motors putting a lot of money into it. 95% of our stuff is all brand new Brian Tooley racing stuff. And one little metal shaving, we'll throw that all down the drain really fast. Really fast.
The funny thing is you talk to people and they're always like, "Oh, this shop sucks," or "They rebuilt my motor," or "They redid part of it," and then you don't ever get the whole story, right? A lot of machining shops now don't rebuild motors.
No, they
They
don't.
just do the machining, and then if guys like us or an engine builder that does the rest, and if they don't do the actual work to clean it, then they're kind of creating their own problems.
Right?
And we'll show you when we get this part done. We'll run a lid-free cloth down through it. Guaranteed that cloth will come out with dirt on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I've even heard of people using automatic transmission fluid for this. Have you ever heard of that?
I use it usually when I'm setting rings and stuff,
Okay.
just because it's got a cleaner in it. Whatever floats your boat.
Float your boat, huh? You can throw it right here. You got a new project.
Yeah, that she is. A new project. We'll be out in the water soon.
We're going to see some footage of that here on that, guys.
I hope so. It's a lot of fun. We're not just about cars, you know. Pretty much anything that moves. You ever did in there?
Listen, guys, if you watch this video and you made it this far, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share this thing with your friends. We love doing this content, but really, you guys watching and commenting and sharing are what drives our audience base. And that's what helps us be able to do this. So thank you.
So you might notice we're kind of going through this pretty quick. That's because a lot of this is bare metal now, and it'll flash rust really fast. So we got to keep it wet until we hose it off. Then we got to go over and blow it all out and dry it as fast as we can. Oil it and bag it. That's good, I think.
I don't know if you see somebody outside washing an engine in the driveway.
In their driveway, not so much. I've seen it done a lot. I've done it more than once or twice.
Have you?
Yep.
I've only ever done it twice.
Well,
Because usually I have some junky motor.
I assure you they don't do it at the dealership.
At this point, you really want to get water down in all those little holes. Try to make sure we get the soap out of it, plus any other primer or anything inside it.
Ooh, high performance.
Hey guys, so we lost a little footage there because somebody found my phone. Thanks, whoever that was. So basically, we just finished boiling the water out of it. Sorry, we finished washing the soap out of it with the hose.
Yeah.
I'm just going to roll it around a few times and try to get some of the water out of the orifices that are in it. And we're going to use a combination of the blow gun and a leaf blower. We're going to try to blow all the water out of it.
Luckily today it's a
Those mains out of it too early.
bombing 26 degrees. Ooh, pretty tough. Thank you, Monsieur. basically, we're going to wipe down all the cylinders, all the cylinder bores, cam journals, crank journals, anything bare metal that we don't want to rust. We're going to use automatic transmission fluid because it's got a built-in detergent in it anyway to help clean stuff out, and it'll help lubricate when we put stuff together. It'll keep it from rusting until we put it together. We're using Cobra brand ATF. This is at the auto parts store right beside the Sunlight. Now, there's a bunch of guys out there that are going to be like, oh, you pansies wearing gloves. The fact of the matter is that ATF and the stuff that's in it, and any kind of petroleum product, people develop allergies to. And I'm one of those people. So after working in the industry for over 30 years, I came home one day with a lovely rash on my hands, going all the way up to my arms, all the way to my armpits.
I had that after a date in high school.
Did you? Big yellow pill?
Just kidding, you too.
Anyway, I went to the doctor and they're like, yep, you're allergic to transmission fluid. I was like, oh, good.
Can't really get them leftovers from that here.
I'm getting them up here. It's pretty good.
Awesome, guys and girls. If you enjoyed this content, again, thanks for watching. We're just about done here. We're going to wrap this up for the day. So we say go ahead and have some fun.
Let's go have some fun.
So,
I want to go look at a boat trailer.
oh yeah, boat trailer. There you go. So, next week, we're going to take this motor and build it. We'll start with the bottom end. We got all new bits and pieces we'll show you. A table full of parts over there. You guys can't quite see over there. We got all kinds of goodies.
But they're there.
And Jay has the knowledge, and I have the principle. We'll build this thing up into a motor that will handle our turbo and all the power we want to put at this thing. Thanks for watching.
See you guys. Oops. See you dropping shit.
All right, folks, we're going to wrap the video here for the week. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode of Bad Gas Productions, please share it with your friends and family. By all means, throw some comments below for us to read and give us the big thumbs up. Peace.